AcadArena National Campus Open na semifinals, and we are your shoutcasters, ako si Ray and syempre kasama ko ngayon si Yusuke. At sa mga nagtatanong, ano ba yung game natin ngayon para sa National Campus Open? Well, it's gonna be the Call of Duty Mobile. And Yusuke, kamusta naman pala ang mga pangyayari between the teams last week?
Grabe, Riri. Kasi for me, I'd say it's my first time entering the collegiate Call of Duty mobile scene. Sobrang natuwa ako sa mga pinakita ng players. We actually got a couple of 3-0 sweeps kasi the competition was fierce. And talking about last week, I guess aside, let's talk about Virtus Arcos and LG Sido, no? They had a couple of close games, pero si Virtus Arcos naman yung nag-pull through. And for the rest of our competition, no, since our day one for the National Campus Open sa quarterfinal stage, medyo maganda din yung showcase nila kasi some teams systematic yung approach nila, as in halatang nagpa-practice sila. And some of the other teams, medyo they fell short kasi wala masyado sila synergy compared sa opposing side. And napapansin ko din yung ibang teams, parang yung goal nila iba kasi alam mo, when the game is domination and hard point, syempre kailangan nyo i-secure yung sites para makuha ng points. Pero yung ibang teams, madalas ginagawa nila, they're going for the kills, nakakalimutan nila pumunta sa point. So, it's just a set of objectives na kailangan sundan ng mga players. And nakikita talaga sa balance between these teams. But so far, ang ganda talaga ng showing, knowing this is just collegiate level. No? So, Ray, I won't be surprised kung may mga pro teams yun nagsascout sa mga streams. Kasi grabe naman talagang pinapakita ng mga players College level lang pala to mga kaibigan. Hindi pa to pro scene. So, ano pa kaya kung matitraining pa mga players.
And hindi ako masusurprise if malay mo sa mga susunod na major tournaments for CODM, sila na yung makikita natin. But at the same time, syempre nakita naman natin sa mga bracketing, we have also those set of pro players coming from each universities that we have for the NCO. But then, sa mga nagtatanong, what will be the first match? We'll just like to make sure na ito maglalaban for 5 p.m. It's gonna be RS Uprising from St. Paul University, Surigao versus a Virtus Arcos CODM from De La Salle University. And what we can say about these two teams is that si De La Salle, hindi lang for the actual sports, but they're also really for esports. They're a strong team. They finished so well sa ibang tournaments natin. And right now, they're also dominating. But still, hindi pa rin natin makakalimutan how RS Uprising went into the semifinals. They had a rough start, but then they're already here towards the semifinals. But then how will they go against a strong team din talaga? We have those good lineups coming from De La Salle and a clean 3-0 nga mula sa quarterfinals.
Tamang-tama ka dyan, Riri. And as I said earlier, it's surprising na pinapakita ng ating players. Kasi syempre, they're in college, you're still studying. And at the time we're in now, parang kaya pa nila mag-practice. Like, it's amazing so far, the balance. And as you said, some of these teams, medyo naswerte sila when it came to the playoff stages. Some of them were at the top seed. Yung iba, they had to fight their way to get here. And we see that sa side ng RS Uprising. They did wonderful when they went up against their competitors. And I said this with Ryujin nga, we really start to see the best teams pagdating natin sa semifinals. Because quarterfinals, a little bit of a far stretch, pero the more that we progress into the game, of course, we will see who has the better skill set. And right now, it's going to be RS Uprising and DLSU Virtus Arcos. Virtus Arcos, as I said earlier, they went up against Teneo last week, and it was a close game. But they managed to win it out because, as you said, some of these teams have a couple of pro players in their lineup. But of course, it's still a team game, no? Hindi naman siya 100% depende sa frags. Of course, when it comes to the strats of these games, aside from SND, kasi SND para siyang like standard FPS format talaga, no? When it comes to hard point and domination, parang kailangan niya talaga i-settle out sino ba pupunta sa point, sino ba makukuha ng frags, who's gonna defend. And you can see from these players, communications nga yung top priority dito. So, I think between these two teams, it's gonna boil down to who has the best comms here and not necessarily on the frags wise. Kasi, of course, you can have as much kills as you like, but if hindi mo i-complete yung objective, wala din mangyayari.
That's correct. And at the same time, we've seen naman ever since sa mga unang versions pala ng COD how you need to go
Hmm,
with the objectives, 'di ba?
tama.
Usually ang hardpoint nga hindi siya dati kasama sa competitive scene in COD but they already added it, which is very trivial dahil nga alam mo naman kung saan mag-spawn next. But you really need to prioritize sa pag-secure ng point na yon, and at the same time, paano kayo mag-transition going into the next point, which is alam naman ng both teams kung saan next and sino ba yung mas malapit, how will they manage to use their shields, to use their score streaks, to use everything that they have in order to secure those hard points. But now we will be looking in on the map Vitos, and looks like we are already seeing the maps. For the first map, it's gonna be Summit sa hard point. Next is Standoff, both Standoff for the next two maps after the map 1. And map 4, it's gonna be the classic Crossfire. So, nakikita nyo guys, sa best of 5 series natin, for those who are asking, it's gonna be a best of 5 series. And all of the map pickings are actually the standard, the usual, the old maps ng COD ang gagamitin right now.
Siyempre, I mean, back to El Clasico, no? And that first map pick over at Summit, hindi natin masyado nakita yung Summit for the previous weeks. We saw it once, if I'm not mistaken. Same with Standoff. Madalas nakikita natin would be Crossfire, and I think we had a couple of firing range, no? So it's gonna be interesting to see paano nila itatakal tong Summit na to. Kasi for Hardpoint, as you said nga, di ba, alam na nga ng players saan yung spawn points. So, it just boils down to ano ba yung strat nila, like, sino ba pupunta sa point, or how's it gonna work down. Kasi, for sure, these teams napanood naman din sila ng VODs for the opposing side. So, they've done their research, kailangan nila i-execute and counter-attack. That's all it is.
And sa Summit talaga, you know what you will be doing in Hardpoint. Alam mo na kung saan siya mapupunta. You know already the risk of what will be the advantage na meron ang inyong team. Pero sa mga susunod na mapa, we have Standoff. I know it's a usual pick, pero for me, Search and Destroy for Standoff is really quite challenging, in my opinion. But then for domination, Standoff, no problem. I think it's gonna be an equal game. And of course, for the S&D in Crossfire, and of course, Hardpoint consecutively. But then let's focus first for the map 1. It's gonna be in Summit. Both of these teams, or technically all of us CODM players, knows already what we will be doing in Hardpoint. But now the priority talaga is gonna be the objective wise, and yun yung kailangan ng dalawang teams. For the RS Uprising, that's what they need to do, and of course for the Lasal too. But then may mga times talaga na napaka-kill focus ng mga players. They don't know already on what will be the primary objective in getting those points as much as possible. But then I think this will start for an early close sa game, tsaka tayo magkakaroon ng very far already kapag nag-switch ng sides. Or maybe, if RS Uprising really does know what will be the stats, malamang napanood na nilang isa't isa, they know what they will be doing, but it's all come down to the teamwork that they need to do and how will they counter everything that these teams has against each other. They just need to use yung mga kailangan nilang gamitin kung ano mang meron na nasa kamay nila. Although, may mga series tayo ng according to our rules, we have those sets ng bawal gamitin, and I'm sure naman they already took note of that. And I'm really excited how will they capitalize on the score streaks that they have. That's what I'm usually excited about. And how will they use the shields, especially sa Summit that has close gaps between the hard points.
Grabe naman yung Riri, capitalize. Ano to, business lesson? Huwag nga tayo dyan, grabe naman to. I mean, ang dami natin naririnig the deep words palagi pagdating sa FPS eh. Baka naman na pwede natin backstep naman dyan, baka naman. Capitalize. Tapos yung iba, dividends, twofold. Si Ryujin, laging ganun pag ano eh. Pero yun na mga kaibigan. I mean, we're trying to make it a little bit simple for all of you, no? Pero I mean, okay, gets yun naman yun. It's college level naman. Kakayanin natin mga bash. Investments lang yan. You gotta, mag-apply na kayo for ROI, please. Mga ganun lang. Paano kaya kung ganun magkasimano? Okay, so they are now going to the hard point. Their dividends are closing in according to the ROI. The formula is you have to multiply the... Grabe yun. Masyadong maraming iba process, no? So yan, pasensya na pa mga kaibigan kung hindi nyo na-get yung mga sinasabi natin dito. Pero ayun, as you said, Riri, no? Maganda talaga yung composition ng maps. Sinabi ko
Mhm.
nga earlier 'no, hindi natin masyadong nakikita yung summit, tsaka yung standoff. Puro ano kasi, it's either crossfire or firing
Hmm.
range.
Hmm.
Pero ngayon pagdating na dito sa semifinals, of course, parang best map na sa ating mga players. Pero natutuwa din ako sa ano, sa veto picking. Kasi 'di ba dati parang walang gano'n sa
Mhm.
mga tournaments, like piliin lang, like anong gusto niyo, heads or tails.
Mhm.
Grabe, we have progressed indeed. Grabe yarn.
And, especially nung mga unang season pa lang ng CODM, walang gaano maraming, mapa. We have the standard picking syempre according to our rulebook, pero kapag tinignan mo
Mhm.
marami ng choices ngayon for the maps. Pero I'm quite happy that they all actually just chose yung mga standard maps na nakikita natin. Except for Meltdown, medyo ano pa rin siya, not everyone uses, picks that map. Kita nyo naman sa mga map,
Mm.
vetoes talaga usually. But then, um, it's really what you can say the standard maps na kailangan piliin ng mga teams since it's a collegiate level also and mas madaling i-predict actually yung mga gagawin ng mga kalaban nyo kesa sa mga bigger maps. Like for example, sa Meltdown, napaka-open talaga ng mga angles doon. Pupunta ka pa lang ng A-site, napaka-open na maraming panggagalingan yung makakalaban mo. So I think it's much better talaga to pick this map. Lalo na for me, sa hardpoint talaga when it comes to Summit, napaka-close fight talaga between these two teams. Alam naman ng RSF pricing that the DLSU has had a clean sweep. So I'm sure they already have yung something na nasa kanila. They can be aggressive. They can be smart, objective
Mhm.
wise lang ang gagamitin nila kasi it's a 50-50 side eh. Some of you might be thirsty for the kills but then yung kalaban mo goes for the objective and may kita natin yun kung sino yung mas gagamit ng objectives kesa sa tutok dito sa CODM.
Oo nga, alam mo Ray Ray, kuwentuhan ka ng konti, kasi yung ating mga players medyo naglo-load up pa sila mga kaibigan. So, onti lang. For me 'no, yung favorite Call of Duty game ko kasi Black Ops 3, yung multiplayer. Pag-usapan
Mm.
natin yung multiplayer, 'wag yung story. Kasi medyo pangit yung story ng Black Ops 3, eh. Pero for me, dun talaga nag-stem yung idea ng COD Mobile. Kasi obviously, a lot of the parameters sa ating mobile game galing naman din sa Black Ops 3, yung mga
Mhm.
UAV, score streaks, Hive, Purifier, War Machine, yung mga gano'n, tsaka yung mga skins, of course. So, sobrang nagpapasalamat ako actually for Garena. Kasi Call of Duty, somehow childhood ko yun. Alam ko may age rating, pero I mean, alam ko, but I mean, sobrang
Nakakatawa yung age
child.
namin, Yusuke.
Oh, sige, wag natin sabihin 'yan. Grabe, sensitive topic po 'yan mga kaibigan. Wag dito po. Sige, sige, salamat. So, ayan, gusto ko lang sabihin na parang yung technology has just grown so far. Kasi grabe, naalala ko yung Call of Duty days, dun pa siya sa mga console units. Ngayon nasa cellphone na, 'no? So, grabe talaga, and what's more amazing about that is ginagawa siyang esports. And you don't need a good rig to be a pro player. Like, it's accessible na sa inyo. So, maganda talaga yung isip hindi lang ng developers 'no, pati yung mga these companies. Parang, "Uy, we can profit from this." Hindi lang parang casual game. Puwede din siya esports kasi low cost din siya, Ray. Kasi hindi mo na kailangan ng PC, hindi mo na kailangan ng console, kailangan mo lang ng cellphone and connection. So, grabe talaga the way that our technology evolved 'no. But, sa ating mga viewers, alam ko gusto niya makita yung laban, pero we will be there very, very shortly. We're just waiting for our players to get ready. Ayaw namin po ng technical difficulties. Ito lang yung issue that we have now when it comes to the online setting. So hopefully, nandiyan pa kayo. I'm sure your players appreciate your support very, very much. Pero Ray, before we get into the game, kasi I think pag naka-load up na yung players, diretso na tayo sa game, no? Let's thank our sponsors for
All
today's event,
right.
no?
We would like to thank syempre ang mga sponsors natin. Without you guys, this won't be possible. So we would like to thank our sponsors and partners. Syempre, we would like to thank Globe Telecom for our official telco partner and Garena for supporting us here in NCO Call of Duty Mobile. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. And for those who are asking also, paano ba namin dadala ang esports sa aming school? Huwag kayo mag-alala because AcadArena Alliance program is here for you. So, What are the perks if you're already a part of the AcadArena Alliance? Well, you can get access to our exclusive tournaments, mentorship, event support, and of course, the Globe Esports Merit Scholarship. So join our alliance today at acadarena.com/alliance. So take note guys sa mga gustong sumali na nanonood right now for supporting their friends and really sa school sa inyo. Yung pala, mga high level tiers pa lang ang game style sa Call of Duty Mobile. Huwag kayong mag-alala, sumali na kayo at malay nyo kayo na yung magiging next na champions.
Pero yun na nga, Ray, ladies and gentlemen, nandito na nga tayo for our first semifinal series. It's gonna be RS Uprising going up against DLSU's Viridis Arcos. Ayun na nga, we'll have DLSU on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. We will have RS Uprising. Ito na nga, mga kaibigan na laban. So, Ray, we will be starting this game with hard points. So, as you said kanina, all these spawns, memorize ito ng mga players and it will boil down to the strategies. What are we going to look for here?
Looks like there are some early points kagad that they will be batting it out. And dito mo naman, those QQ. Ito talaga eh. Ito talaga inaabangan ko. How will they use the metas that we have? And kitang-kita mo naman kung ano mga ginagamit nila. QQ9 kagad and just some trades happening. Protecting na ang hardpoint kagad sa part ng RS Uprising. But syempre ang DLSU, napakabilis lang ng pagka-cope up nila. And kita mo naman, we are already starting with an 8-4 score. Napakadikit pa rin for the both teams. But right now, steadily na lang ang DLSU in just protecting the hard point on the below control room.
Makajan, they're gonna have to ramp up their kills to pack up those shields because in control room, as long as you get those shields, it's gonna be very hard to make an entry. And right now, iPow looking to make something happen with QQ9. Goes to the slide, gets 2 kills at that, and survivor badge for you, sir. You live another day. He spots another one. That will be Mac. Will be shot down from the back though, unfortunately. From a Hopi. Kaya Hopi yung tono ko dito, Ray, kasi may question mark eh. Hindi kasi pwede, Hopi, dapat Hopi?
So, respetuhin namin yung pangalan ni Hopi. So, Hopi?
Tama.
Yun na yung gagamitin namin always. And nakita nyo naman guys, it's already all about the QQ9 that they're capitalizing on using. Napakasakit sa close range. And look at that, those drop shots coming up from Del SU. Now, it's a 28-18 score. Napaka-close pa rin. Pero sila din, alam na nila kung saan manggagaling. But Del SU steadily leading dahil ito na naman tayo with just the kill focused sa nanggagaling sa RS Uprising. But I think they're having a hard time kasi bawat pupunta na lang spawn, we already have the members of the LSU just watching over kung saan sila manggagaling. And we can already see that. Pero ngayon, the hardpoint own has been here. Pero no, gumaganti pa rin ang RS with those kills happening. Pero ang ganda pa rin ng nagiging rotation ng DLSU. Look at them. They're just zoning over the map right now.
Ka dyan, Ray. And look at that. There's only a couple seconds left from the previous site. Ready na sila umalis to move on to the next. Sana all mabilis mag-move on, Ray. Pero sorry, ibang usapan pa rin. So, sa ngayon, no, nakikita nga natin RS Uprising. They're scrambling to the site. And ito yung sinabi natin earlier. DLSU going for that systematic push. And pabilising sila, umalis ng site, Ray. Halatang hindi sila nalilate sa klase. 10 seconds before nag-spawn yung site, punta na sila dun. Grabe. Sabi nila attendance check eh. Ayaw nila mababang yung marka nila. Tignan natin, the score is just steadily growing para sa side ng DLSU here. Young J. Grabe. A couple of those... oh, look at that. Meron pa nga siyang skin ng Battle Pass. Grabe. Nag-i-invest ang ating mga players. Ayun na naman tayo sa mga technical terms, mga kaibigan. Pasensya na.
Pasensya na, di na po namin gagamitin. But then, DLSU steadily started. Pero look at how it throws already sa kanilang score. Dahil ang RS Uprising nakabawi na. Then they finally know where they are expecting the DLSU. And kita mo naman, kanina ang nag-zone ng the hard point that we have, it's gonna be for DLSU. Pero once na na-annihilate na ng mga miyembro ng RS Uprising, kung saan nila na-expect ang DLSU, they already taken over them. At ngayon, we have the series of score streaks already happening. But then, the QQ9 is really ouchie. Pero nga lang, we have already the response coming from DLSU. Steadily, umangat na rin ulit ang kanilang score. RS Uprising, what they will be doing now, it's already taming down to RS Uprising, still controlling. Pero kinokontest pa rin DLSU. They really want to have that advantage. Pero gumagante na ang RS Uprising. Konti na lang. And they'd be able to take them out.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a debate sa score, no? Kasi you see such a big lead. Kanina nga, 90-50 nga lang yan. And RS Uprising, bumabawi pa rin sila, mga kaibigan. Siyempre, even if the odds are not in your favor, kailangan nyo din lumaban. And yun yung nakikita natin sa side ng RS Uprising, eh. Maganda yung strat nila. Parang sabi nila, uy, mag-bounce back naman tayo, guys. Hindi naman yung score, kaya pa to. And DLSU, a little bit at a loss here. Marami silang casualties early on, pero si Young J going for a spray will bow down. Unfortunately, Poopy, binata na nga ang German grenade. Tons of strike, sabi niya. But it will not be getting anyone yet. He gets one kill though. Headshot at that. Pero nasusunog siya. Has to get out of danger right now. And ang side ng RS Uprising just wiping out DLSU here. They're actually going for the equalizer. Ray Ray. 96-90. Grabe.
And after that, the 92-18, nakabawi na din ng RS Uprising once again. iPow still tries to go for the close range shots, gets that 2K, and now finally they're already contesting all over here. And nag-bring out na nga sila ng XS1 Goliath. Let's see if this will be their advantage. Pero mukhang bumalik na ulit ang momentum sa parte ng DLSU. And look at them, just controlling over control room. Kita mo naman kung saan na nila i-expect ang pag-entry ng RS Uprising, but they just need to be careful. Kailangan hindi sila magpapaka-open sa kanila or else they will be taken out. And speaking of, nakita mo na nga na they're really quite open sa mga angulo na gusto nalang pikan ang RS Uprising. Now, Poppy, tingnan natin if he will be able to pop off. Kita mo naman, kala niya kalaban ng manggagaling sa kanya. But then he already spots out of where they are. Now, contesting ulit ang mga miyembro ng RS Uprising. Napakadikit ng laban, but still, kinokontrol na ng DLSU. They will be going already as to where the next spawn is. Now, speaking of, they already protected it. Pero nga lang, may tatlo pa na naghihintay sa kanila na papasok towards that point.
Alam mo, Rere, medyo na-overwhelmed talaga ako sa overlay nitong Call of Duty mo. Ang dami nangyayari. Siyempre, hardpoint pa nga tayo, tsaka sa domination, ganito din eh. I mean, it's such a technical part of this game. Hindi mo din minsan, nababaril mo nga yung kakampi mo. So, kailangan mag-ingat tayo sa binabato ang granada mo. Or your airstrikes, rather, in fact. Pero yun na nga, Poopy, ginagalit niya na nga. Nakuha. Spanggil here onto Jackie. Ipa will be getting kill. Ooh, but from the back, Poppy will get Poopy. Pero nakuha naman siya ng kill onto him. More of just before I die kill, no? Pero DLSU, they're up by a steady lead. Pero nako-contest ang ating hard point. No one is getting those points as the next point will be spawned in just a couple of seconds. DLSU, I believe they're already in position to enter the side, but it's incredibly difficult for iPow and Young J. Kasi may nakabantay na nga na RS Uprising just outside of there. But Poopy here will be tossing off. Grabe. Ginagalit nyo. Ginagalit nyo. Oh, but we got a glitch in the system, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be difficult for them to come back from this.
But now we're seeing already down to last 5 points ang DLSU, and now Young Che is just taking them over together with iPow, and they're already ending this most likely, and DLSU gets that first point.
Grabe, but sobrang commendable yung RS Uprising. The scoreline, Riri, was 90-50. Umawi sila. And the difference we have there, I think it was 150-130. It was a very close match. But DLSU, again, they just prevailed in the end. Kasi objective-wise, ang laban dito. Nakita nga natin yung mga kills left and right. Ang dami nangyayari. But again, at the end of the day, you get the points by standing on the side.
Then, both of the teams, they started with the kill-based objective. They want to clear everything already. What's on their kung nasaan yung harapan nila. Ba't ko pa ini-English? Pwede naman Taglish. Kung ano nasa harapan nila, kini-clear out muna nila. And that's a good objective coming from both of these teams. Pero kasi sa control room, you have two sides of the coin parate kapag sa summit. There's sometimes that you don't know already kung sino una mong tututukan, and nakita mo naman yung mga trades happening. Pero sa tingin ko, ang nagtapos talaga is once that we will be having the spawn already, nauuna kagad always ang DLSU. Masabi mo nga, before or 10 seconds already coming in, mag-rotate na kagad sila na napakabilis and they will be clearing the points already. They will just be watching over RS Uprising going to them. Pero ang ganda na eh. Ang ganda na naging bawi ng RS Uprising. They're taking them out. But then, sometimes you just go for the kills first to be able to clear out that point and makapasok ka. Pero it was too late. Nakapaglapas pa nga ng XS1 Goliath ang DLSU and they finally took down already RS Uprising and they will be winning the first map here in our best of 5 series.
Oo nga, and it's still quite a way to go. It's good na ako naman sila ng 1 point here. But again, as you said, it is a best of 5. Anything can happen. So, para sa side ng RS Uprising, we're gonna go into S&D. When they played S&D last week, it was more tactical. And I believe we can attribute their win because of the way that they move together as a team. I saw a couple of dumps when they were playing. So, let's see if they'll implement that with an aggressor like Viridis Arcos. Kasi nakikita natin sa play ng DLSU, Ray. Pagdating sa S&D, they're just out for the kills and holding as much angles as they can. Kasi they don't like to play the time game. Ayaw nila yung masyadong pressure. Pero they had a couple of highlight reels, if I'm to be honest, with the LG. And sayang, I think there were some parts na they could have gotten the W early. Pero they still prevailed in the end. Kasi they're really out for the frags. So let's see if they'll do that also here with RS Uprising, who's a bit more systematic now.
Doon na napaka-systematic ng RS Uprising and we've already seen that at Hardpoint earlier. It's so good that they have that objective play style. Pero kasi alam mo yun, ang hirap talaga makipaglaban din sa isang team na they always go with the aim battles. Parati yan. It's a common term here in FPS. Sometimes you don't use already what's on your hands, the utilities that you have, the score streaks. Gamitin mo na lang as yung tutok, especially right now, ang QQ9, it's already a meta on the latest patch ng CODM. Nakita naman natin na napakasakit when it comes to the close range. But right now, sa mga nagtatanong or kaka-tune in pa lang, we are already going into the second map. It's gonna be RS Uprising versus DLSU. Sa mga kaka-tune in pa lang, don't forget, syempre, to like and share the live stream para mas maraming manood, di ba? The more, the merrier. And it's already a best of 5 series sa mga nagtatanong dyan. I'm seeing a lot of questions. Yes, it's a best of 5 race to 3. So, kung sino man yung makaka 3 points, they're gonna be advancing already sa finals for tomorrow. Tomorrow kagad. Di na maghihintay, guys, ng isang linggo. Bukas na agad.
Dapat lang. Nakita ko nga yung hype ng ating mga viewers eh. Gusto talaga nila yung mga Call of Duty action here at the AcadArena Facebook page. And maganda talaga ang showing ng players. Of course, as I said earlier, it's been fantastic. But right now, we see Jackie here. Tamang gusto niya mag-jump shot eh. Sabi niya ako si Jordan. Wala kayong GOAT dyan. Ako yung GOAT, mga kaibigan. Be hitting a quick shot there will not find anybody. Pero already, 4 down sa side ng DRS Uprising. My mistake. Chico left all by themselves. Grabe yon. What a quick play, Riri. Wala tayong nakita, Bes. Napakabilis.
Nag-uusapan pa lang namin ni Yus.
Oo nga eh.
Yung mga
Tapos na agad.
Tapos na agad. Napakabilis na mga pangyayari, but still, they already secured those early plans. Yun naman talagang meron sa DLSC, di ba? Ayaw nila ng time pressure and we can already see the objectives. Kaso, isa-isa na naman nila pinabagsak na kayo ng mga miyembro ng DLSC. We only have IPAW, a 1v4 situation. IPAW, he's just going with the snipe shots, but then hinahanap na siya ngayon. And Luca might pin him down already. Kita mo naman, nabawasan na nga na si Aipa. Goes with the wall bangs. And now, Aipa is very low. And speaking of, Chico will be taking him out. It's
Ray, teka lang ha. Dito mga kaibigan, hindi po ito speedrun ha. Baka naman gusto nyo dahan-dahan lang. Baka naman.
Mabilisan kagad eh. Sabay-sabay pinuntahan ng DLSU yung sa magagaling RS Uprising. And sunod na sila ngayon na inaabangan nila.
Oo nga, pero si Aipaw na ako ng revenge kill dito kay Chico. So it's gonna be a 5 versus 4 situation. Grabe, pero tingnan mo to, Ray, pabilis ang pasok ang sa side ng DLSU. Hindi sila natatakot. Naku, kahit namamatay namatay sila. Okay lang daw. I will be here for the refrag, mga kaibigan. It's a 2 versus 3 situation. 2 versus 2, rather. Youngji nakuha dito ng kill. Si Jackie, nakuha niya si JPC, Jeps. Si Youngji na lang natitira, mga kaibigan. Kaya ba niya i-clutch ito to secure point? Pero, it will not be enough. Si Happy, nakuha ng kill. Sorry, maka na may question mark kasi. Paano masabihin?
Next time nga, pag naglagay ako ng IGN ko, may question mark na rin para malito yung shoutcaster.
Sige,
Gagamitin
sige.
na kung paano nila bibigkasin. Pero look at DLSU, they want to be aggressive. Pero nga lang, it's kind of hard if you're gonna go with here in the backyard, if you're gonna be contesting. May maganda kang cover para sa membro ng RS Uprising. You have good angles that you can use para to get those shots. And kita mo naman, nakakabalik sila. They can be passive aggressive when it comes to that, and di makapalag at all, or di sila mababawasan at all ng DLSU. Now it's gonna be a 3v3 pa rin naman, but then what will you do, DLSU? They have a good zoning pagdating nga sa playstyle nila, but now finally them being aggressive face off, they're gonna be tying the score. Pabilis, napaka fast.
Wala pa, hindi. Ray, wala pa nagpa-plantang bomba, bes. Anong ginagawa nyo? Guys, SND po ito. Hindi ito speedrun, hindi po to team deathmatch. Baka naman.
Nakakatawa yung mga teams ngayon. Siguro, iba din kasi yung pressure eh. Kapag magiging passive ka na when it comes sa once na plant mo na actually. Pero, speaking of, finally, yung aggressiveness ng DLSU, it's gonna be paying onto their side. Nabawasan na nga nila mga miyembro ng RS Uprising. We only have Luke and Hopi left for them. And finally, they will be leading 3-2. Ito na yung bagong stat. Walang magpa-plant.
Oo nga, wala lang. Patayan lang.
Magpa-plant ng bomba. Bahala na lang. Maghahanapan na lang sila. Gagawin nilang team deathmatch. Ito na yung bago, guys. Wala lang, search and destroy. Search and destroy. Deathmatch
Okay.
to, 5v5. Walang magsuspawn.
Kailangan palitan nga nila yung headline eh. Hindi na to search and destroy. Grabe. Wala na nga dapat search and kill. Grabe. Pero tingnan natin, Ray, no? I think, ayun na nga. Narinig na sila ang mga casters. They are planting the bomb. Pero si Happy, nakuha ng half kill dito. And it's going to be a 3 versus 5 situation. Pero, DLSU, they're in a tight spot. Oh, but from the corner, my goodness, Luca, nakakuha ng shotgun kill. Sakit nun eh. Sakit sa puso pag namamatay kasi shotgun eh. It just hits different, you know?
Alam mo yun, yung may tutok ka pero nakuha na ng shotgun. Speaking of, Tyrol. And now, nakakahabol ang RS Uprising. I love how they play this so objectively. Ito din yung ginagawa nila kanina kaya sila nakahabol sa DLSU. And right now, pagdating sa Search and Destroy, tingin ko RS Uprising really has the upper hand. They know what they will be doing when it comes sa aggressiveness ng DLSU. Alam nila kung paano nila aabangan, but then he's already quite open in mid-square, and now they will be pinning him down. Medyo lit ang ibang membro ng DLSU, but they are managing to save themselves. It's still a 5v4 situation. Pero the KRM really pays it off. Look at it. So, 2 kagad. Sinong lalapit sa kanya? Masakit yan sa close range. Kahit nga mid-range, na ano pa rin eh. You can still place it upon their heads. What will you do, DLSU ngayon? Sila na ang outmanned ngayon. Mahirap lapitan si Luka ngayon. Matatakot ka talaga sa kanya.
Grabe. I mean, pati yung skin, hindi yan nakakatulong ha. Ang sakit. Alam mo yung pupunta ka lang sa site, nag-enjoy ka lang dyan, tapos biglang BAM! Grabe. Grabe naman kasi talaga yung spray ng shotgun eh, as opposed to SMGs tsaka assault rifle. Pero yung meta nga last week, Ray, puro sniper tsaka, if I'm not mistaken, puro assault rifle ginagamit. Eh ngayon, ninalabas na yung shotgun. Pero it's gonna be a 1 versus 2 situation here. Si Luca, naghahanap pa siya ng last kill here as RS Uprising will be putting the bomb. Pero, quick kill already for that frag. Right as the bomb is down, Luca medyo a little bit actually has an advantage here, not a disadvantage. Because malapit naman. Oh, it's gonna be a really close one. And Luca din nakakuha ng shotgun kill. 3K. 3K para sa kanya.
Grabe, the meta for Luka is finally on his hands. Hindi makapalag sa kanya at all ang mga miyembro ng DLSU. They go for the mid-range attacks. Pero nga lang, imagine, you're gonna go with that shotgun KRM. It's gonna be so impossible. Napakahirap, actually. And si Luka right now, he's finally saving what RS Uprising needs to do. Imagine, they already lead out, got that clutch with a 1v1 situation, and they're just taking care of what's into their hands. But now Mac will be planting the bomb and they will just be waiting coming from DLSU. Jackie already picks out the Pande Kuku. Just some trades happening. 3v3 pa rin ang nasa sitwasyon ngayon. Si Jeps ngayon, let's see if he'll be able to take them out with those close range attack. Pero nga lang, si Ipaw na lang natitira. Lukay nahanap siya, goes with those slides, pero still finishes them out with that KRM. Yun lang pala para matalo nila ang DLSU Kailangan lang pala nila ng close range attacks talaga na um, napaka sakit para sa parte ng DLSU.
Kasi
Now,
one tap lang yun eh.
one tap And actually, match point na kagad ang mga miyembro ng RS Uprising.
Grabe, the way they turned the tide, naka-equalize sila 3-3 and sa ngayon dahil sa KRM ni Luka actually clutching this S&D. Pero it's not over. They still have to win an additional point here. And as the bomb is going down, I believe, hindi nila na-plant yung bomb. So maganda ang ginawa ng DLSU. Binato lang ang mga grenades just to stop them from doing it. But they will be continuing it rather here in B side. Pero still outnumbered sa side ng RS Uprising. It's gonna be a 3 versus 2 situation. It's gonna be Mac and Chica left all by themselves here. Whoever that spray nakuha ng isa will be looking for a second there. Tamang talon lang. Sabi ni Static, but has to be careful. Wallbang, but from the back si Ipaw. Grabe, hindi niya binibitawan ang sniper Riri. Chico na lang ang nag-iisa here for this map to defend it. Pero gets one kill. But from the back, you've got Static. Grabe, and just enough time to defuse the bomb. So DLSU, hindi pa sila out of this second game. Scoreline is gonna be 5-4. They're looking to get the W.
They didn't expect the behind from Static. Yun siguro yung kailangan maging solusyon ng DLSU so that they can go against RS Uprising. Total, mga RS Uprising, magkakasama naman sila. They make sure that they be able to take down yung mga DLSU na nag-aabang sa kanila towards the site. Pero kita mo naman si Static at hindi na nila alam saan siya naman gagaling. So that was a good flank coming from him. But then, what will RS Uprising do? Dahil parehas na silang nasa match point na sila, they can still take them out in this last game. Wala pa namang nababawasan. They need to be passive on this one. Nakaka-pressure Match point ka na. Kailangan hindi nyo namatay to. They need to pin down DLSU so that they can have that 1-all score already.
You're definitely right there, pero some of these players are still going with what they did last week. It's just a game of snipes here. And the other team, nasasanay na sila sa bagong meta. And it's been working well for them so far. Ang ganda nga ng ginagawa ng RS Uprising here. But DLSU's really this Arcus. They have to be more reactive. And with that said, it's going to be a full squad of RS Uprising up against 2 sa side ng DLSU. Nag-iisa na lang dito si Ipaw. It's gonna be incredibly difficult. The time is ticking down. And there we go. RS Uprising, ladies and gentlemen, will bag 1 point. Our scoreline is 1-1. Grabe, we have a series, ladies and gentlemen.
And finally, if tama nga ang iba natin mga co-casters, as what Eugene said, dito mo makikita yung mga tunay na lakas ng mga ibang mga teams. And even if De La Salle managed to get a 3-0 last time, RS Uprising says no. Pero sa nakita mo naman, what happened there? DLSU, they still contest yung KRM shots talaga If they won't contest for that, kung di sila nag-audition sa harapan ng RS Uprising, they can have that advantage. Pero talagang may time talaga na gusto mong i-crave for that kill. They need to pin him down before it gets too late. But it was too late already to finally realize na napakasakit talaga and napaka-key player ng napaka-key player ng RS Uprising when it comes to those close range attacks. And magkakasama lang sila. They know what what will be their advantage. And finally, it paid off already here in Search and Destroy. Sa part naman ng Dalasal, they have those good flanks, they have those good duels, pero nga lang, sometimes talaga they go for that kill muna bago sila mag-isip ng magiging objective nila for Search and Destroy. And that's what usually yung merong mga mistakes sa mga teams natin here in Call of Duty Mobile NCO, kasi iniisip nila they need to get those skills first. But you also need to check out what will be your objective. And now it's already an all-one score between these two teams. Mukhang magagamit natin, Yusuke, ang buong best of 5 series para sa match ng dalawang teams na to.
Yeah, I really think so as well, no? Kasi nasa semifinals na nga tayo. It's no surprise na mainit na ang laban. And between these two teams, maganda ang pinapakita nila. And what I like to say, to add to what you said, Riri, yung isa maganda sa composition ng Call of Duty Mobile tournaments is hindi lang siya paulit-ulit. You have different game modes, you have different objectives. So parang every time you move into a new round, nare-reset, dapat reset your mind. This is my new objective. Hindi mo pwede gawin yung ginawa sa previous round. Kasi it's not applicable. Kasi iba yung objective eh. For me kasi yung S&D para siyang break in between kasi 'di ba masyado stressful yung domination and hardpoint, but at the same time medyo kinakabahan yung mga players sa S&D kasi wala siyang respawn. So for game 1 and game number 3, I guess they're a bit more confident kasi parang respawn, like hindi naman kill based yung mode na to. Like the objective is the point, right? But then people tend to forget. So as you said, just follow your objectives to win the game. Pero tingnan natin for our next game, it's going to be domination. This one will be a bit more interesting kasi points are already there. The question here is for contention. And so far, Riri, nakikita natin Verdes Arcos, magaling sila when it comes to the kills and the aggression. But ours Uprising, maganda sila strats-wise. Do you think DLSU can bag at this one with what they showed us earlier in Hardpoint? Or sanay ng RS Uprising and will they be able to counterattack?
Pagdating sa RS Uprising, they finally have that dominating momentum, actually.
Mhm.
And we all started to stand off the Search and Destroy. So it's not a hard time adjusting para ngayon sa domination when it comes to both of these teams in standoff. Pero for me talaga, the best strat for you're gonna be going against standoff in a domination is to just get those two flags or 2 points. That's already a big advantage para sa inyong kamay to secure that. And after that, kahit hindi na kayo gano'ng problema sa pag-secure ng 3 points, kahit may dalawa na kayong sites, it's already a big difference plus the frags that you will be getting. And what we can see, yun yung nangyari kanina sa objectives when it comes to hardpoint sa part ng DLSU. They know already how will they be securing that hardpoint and shifting. Pero dito kasi magkakasabay mong kailangan ko rin. So, it's already a tie game all again for both of these teams. Ito yung maganda eh. Kanina, medyo nakita natin kung gaano pinahirapan ng RS Uprising ang membro ng DLSU. But right now, we will be switching again to domination. Same map, but different objectives once again. Pero sa tingin ko talaga, kailangan nila katakutan yung kung paano bounce back ang RS Uprising. I'm still quite excited kung ano mangyayari. Remember, everyone is quite cheering for DLSU, but still you cannot deny the fact that RS Uprising actually beat them right now in Search and Destroy. And mauulit pa to if actually pagkatapos ng hard point natin again after domination, it's gonna be a Search and Destroy. So most likely, I can predict, feel ko lang, 2-2 ang
Game
mangyayari.
5.
So we're gonna be having ulit ang isa pang game para sa pares ng teams na to towards the 5th map. So let's see if how will they be able to manage it.
Yeah, it's definitely a mode of multitasking. And as you said, mukhang meron tayong game 5 for this first series. Because SND wise, kakayanin naman talaga ng DLSU. I guess they just misread the situation. And maganda yung hold ng RS Uprising. So right now, I agree with what you said on the side of DLSU, no? When it comes to hard point. And may sinabi mo like, okay lang yung 2 points kahit hindi na yung 3rd point. I think that's gonna work very well for DLSU. Kasi magaling naman sila mag-secure ng site. And they have a good defense and hold. Usually, yung mga kills na nakita natin earlier in hardpoint, more of off-angle kills or from the back. Parang na-anticipate nila kung saan pupunta yung RS Uprising, saan sila manggagaling. And I guess it just turned around quickly for RS Uprising kasi parang I guess they realized na, "Oh, ba't ganito yung score? Like, nakalimutan namin hindi pala kills yung objective." And then that's when they started to get their score a bit higher, no? But I'm excited to see the game plan for domination. Kasi hard point, you only have 1 point. So, of course, you're scrambling and you have to check all angles, saan ba nanggagaling yung kalaban. But for this setup, no, it's gonna be a bit more tactical, I'd say. More teamwork-wise, opposed of individual. Kasi you have to secure the points. Kahit mag-isa ka lang, you can secure the point. But it's more on the defense here. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now moving on to game number 3 of our first series. This is going to be DLSU on the left side and RS Uprising on the right side. So of course, we do have only one member standing on each of these points and the rest of the members are contesting for B. Itong gusto natin makita, Ray Ray. It's a classic strategy. Secure the first point near you, then contest for the one in the middle of the map. But look here, Static actually might be going off cam and will be sneaking over to see if he feels like it. But right now, they're playing a bit more safe here. Will be getting a kill onto Hoppy. And then right now, Max securing the site. Will be passing down the ship. But Hoopy gets 2K on that play. Hoppy gets Pande Kuku. Hoppy is down from Young J. And it is just a left and right. Pero look at this Ray Ray DLSU trying to secure B and C at the same time. It looks they might be successful for C. Konti na lang, Ray Ray. Hindi pa nila nakuha. Sayang.
Oh no, the backstabs coming from RS Uprising. Kita mo naman, they're finally leading already. Nag-freeze lang ngayon. Pero still, what the DLSU wants is that they want to secure those 3 points. Pero that won't be possible dahil kalat-kalat nga rin ang mga miyembro ng RS Uprising. And because of that objective that they wanted to do, hindi talaga siya na-execute well because it's kind of hard for stand-up. You have a lot of angles that you will be taken from. You have a lot of peaks. You have a lot of places that you might be spawning from. And hindi nag-work out well para sa parte ng DLSU. And looks like it's already a 41-11 score. Hindi na gumagalaw at all ang DLSU. Just RS Surprising dominating all over.
I mean, look at that. The way they turned around the tides. Sayang sa side ng DLSU. They were caught off guard and that hurt them by a lot. But right now, Rumares back sila mga kaibigan. The target is 75 and that clock is ticking down right now. Once it reaches the half, it's gonna be more added pressure sa side ng DLSU. So they have to rack up as much points as they can now. But site-wise, RS Uprising have the upper hand. It's gonna be very difficult for them. And they are trying to secure Alpha right now, but will be denied. Poopy gets a kill. Chico will be getting Pande Kuku. And it's not looking great so far for DLSU. The half is just inches away as RS Uprising is very close to that 75, ladies and gentlemen. 1 point away. There we go. Grabe. I mean, Ray DLSU from an aggressive team. They are bowing down to RS Uprising.
Team no standoff so well. Yun ang pwede kong sabihin about RS Uprising. Kita mo naman how they are doing well in this map. They know how they will be taking down DLSU. Alam nila kung anong gusto rin ng DLSU gawin. Is that they will be going for a split towards the points. But looks like DLSU started it early. Na down na nga nila, nakakuha na sila ng early frags and we are already seeing them capturing those 2 flags already. And ngayon, we already seeing the Sparrow kills coming from Static. Isa-isa na nang pinabagsak. Slowly but surely nang umaakyat ang score ng DLSU. But still, it's a 22-80. The fact na may isang flag ngayon, isang point na hawak-hawak ang RS Uprising, that still comes to their advantage. You can go with the kills already coming in from DLSU, pero nga lang napakalaki ng advantage ang meron ng RS Uprising. But once DLSQ might secure already these 3 points, this might be huge for them. And speaking of, they are already starting it steadily. And now it's at 87-29 score. Look at how Pao wants to secure this badly. Pero unti na umaangat. Bumagsak na ulit sa kanilang kamay. Pero Young J already sees them out in the open towards A side. And now, bumalik na ulit sa A side sa part naman ng RS Uprising. They want to contest C, pero protection na nga nila. Kailangan nila protectionan or else it might be too late. Babalik sila towards A. They want to secure it so bad, pero ayaw na RS Uprising. It's a 93-40. slow pa rin ang pag-angat ng score ng RS Surprising dahil nga isa lang yung point na meron sila. But DLSU, they need to secure that A para mas mabilis din ang pag-angat ng kanilang score.
You're definitely right. And right now, it looks like a little turntables kanina. It was RS Uprising. Mahabol sa score ng DLSU. But DLSU here will be doing their best. But it's not working for them. RS Uprising, they love this map. And kitang-kita na from SND. They are very comfortable in standoff. And DLSU, they're looking very lost right now. This is not what we usually see sa side ng atin Viridis Arcos Green Archers. But right now, it's just a bloodbath for them. It's gonna be hard for them to come back, but it's not impossible, really. But oh, we got an EMP wave, ladies and gentlemen, glitch in the system. But iPow manages to get a kill here right off of the tank. But it's just EMP everywhere. Sobrang nakakainis talaga ng EMP na yan. Alam mo yung parang may... You're just feeling yourself, Riri. Tapos biglang, why you have to ruin me like that? My God.
But we have a series of cluster strikes incoming, and because of that, that would be a huge advantage sa kamay ng DLSU. Now, speaking of, pero si Maki was protecting a B point, pero that won't be possible. Now, we have a series of trophy system, pero now, we have Young Jake taking out his Annihilator. Let's see if they'll be able to take them out. Yes, speaking of, hindi na ulit gumalaw ang B flag. It's already a 123 to 129, but Young J takes them out already because of that man-o-war. Pero nga lang, just something is happening. 125 to 83. Unti-unti na umakit ang DLSU. Pero nga lang, a series of advantages already. We have the score streaks coming out from their hands. May mga UAV assist na din. Alam na rin nila kung saan nila may kita. Kami ka nilang makakalaban.
Grabe yun. But look at the scoreline here. 20 points na lang for RS Uprising to bag another point here, ladies and gentlemen. DLSU, they only have 1 point, but they're failing to capture B and C. But Static with that Sparrow ready at hand will be looking for a couple of kills. Young J is shot down by Mac. It's going to be a 140. Super close to it, ladies and gentlemen. But right now, RS Uprising, they have control. But look at this. DLSU will be doing their best to secure C, but it is still not enough, ladies and gentlemen. Sayang. And 7 points away for RS Uprising. They get this. They literally have all 3 points, and DLSU now is falling in shambles. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 3 will go to RS Uprising. 2-1 is the score.
Are we seeing the kings of standoff? Sa tingin ko, nakakita na tayo ng kings of standoff. Sunod-sunod na silang nanalo sa standoff map. And this is quite unexpected actually. Pero the fact na naka-igib na ng napakaraming points ang RS Uprising sa first half, that's already a big advantage actually. They can really win this kahit umangat na yung score ng Dalasal, ng Verdes Arcos. The fact that it's already a 75 to 20 plus, it's already comes down to their hands talaga. Kahit isang flag lang or isang point ang makukuha nila towards the second half. We have seen already yung Dalasal wants to slowly start up. Pero it was too late already. It's already the second half. Napakalaki na din ng advantage ang RS Uprising. And kita mo naman, medyo nagkaroon ng close score between the two teams, pero still that big advantage itself is already meron ang RS Uprising. We have those years of score streaks. We have the Annihilator and already taken out with that airstrike ang mga miyembro ng RS Uprising, but still it's not impossible for them to still win it because of the big advantage and score difference na meron ng dalawang teams na to. And finally, kita mo na ba si RS Uprising? They're already down to one last point before they will be securing this against De La Salle.
Right, and it's a little bit of a shocker for our De La Salle fans here. But kaya nga Uprising ang pangalan nila, mga kaibigan.
Gets
They
na
are
natin.
here.
Gets na natin.
Gets. They are here. They want to get that W. But yeah, I mean, earlier nga no, sa quarterfinal stages, it was a majority of sweeps rather. And that's what RS Uprising did. And now we are in the semifinals. It's a little bit more difficult for these teams because obviously the skills levels it ramped up for both of them. But for Veritas Arcus, for our next game mode, if I'm not mistaken, we're gonna be going back to hardpoint. And so far, okay naman ang showing ng Veritas Arcus, but RS Uprising are too hot right now. So kailangan nila i-douse yung flames. It's And as I said earlier, no, Ray, kahit na it's different game modes, it's it's still it's still consistent. They're keeping the streak hot. So Veritas Arcus, the only way to flame that is to get a win. So syempre kinakabahan na sila. They know if RS Uprising wins this next mode, wala na. It's gonna be over for them. So they have to get the W for hardpoint. If not, goodbye finals.
Kaya nga eh. I think RS Surprising had that momentum talaga starting from the search and destroy in standoff. And we can really see on the mishaps sa part din ng Veritas Arcos. The fact that binigay nila yung first half ng sobrang laki sa RS Surprising, yun na yung advantage talaga ng RS Surprising. We're seeing already, if the score was 60-75, that's still a close score between the two teams. But then the fact that it's really far from both of the scores, we already know that it goes to the hands of RS Uprising. It was too late before Viridi's Arcos finally realized na napakalaki na ng advantage pala ng RS Uprising against us. And yun na nga ang nangyari. It's already a 2-1 score. This is quite painful para sa De La Salle. They already have a big pressure sa hard point, pero they need to secure that, and they need to perform better on the last match actually. Pero sa search and destroy pa. Pero now we will be switching the map. Instead of Summit, instead of standoff, we'll be proceeding to the Crossfire, a legend map na naman sa COD. Actually, favorite ko to eh.
Maliit siya eh.
Maliit
lang.
Alam mo, yung kung saan mo i-expect yung mga kalaban mo talaga. Napaka-open ng mid. So,
Yes.
all of the people that will be playing here, they need to secure kagad kung saan nila i-expect yung mga kanilang mga kalaban. And this is really exciting. I'm a big fan of COD. Lalo na ang Modern Warfare, it's my favorite. If si Yusuke ay Black Ops,
Black Ops,
ako,
Modern Warfare.
Modern
Grabe.
Warfare talaga.
Grabe, nakakaya kasi yung storyline yun eh. Pero right now, balik muna tayo here on to the game. It's going to be Luca opening up that first frag. Long shot para kay Chico here. And as you said, Ray, we can see the majority of our players, they are utilizing all these buildings because you do not want to expose yourself as much as you can. Because, ladies and gentlemen, look at that. Hoppy here with that sniper. Young J also has a sniper. This zone is great for snipers if you can catch them off guard. But RS Uprising from the get-go, ladies and gentlemen, already up by about 20 points. And DLSU are still at a loss here. And Mac goes for that spray, will be getting 2. Mushy will be looking for 1, but the hard point is being contested. Finally, a point, a sign of life para sa side ng DLSU Veritas Arcos. But yet again, RS Uprising, they have somebody in there. They are gonna take him out after Young J is looking for anyone. Will be shooting Mac, but Mac will be shot down here by Kova out. And right now, Ray, it's just mayhem again. Ayan na naman tayo. It's hard point. Everyone's just running around. It's just killing every single time. Explosions.
And look at how defensive RS Uprising plays.
Exactly.
They got it naman eh. So they can use that into their advantage. Pero right now, kita mo, lahat sila naghihintay lang on where they will be expecting Virides Arcos. And di sila makapasok at all towards that point. Remember, it's already a 40-8. And this might go again to the hands of RS Uprising. They're really doing it's great. They had a good start, and at the same time, they also secures it so well that it's not possible already to make some entries from DLSU. But looks like they want to contest it still. But it's already 56-8 to score, and panalo pa rin ang RS Uprising towards those contests happening.
Grabe, Ray. It's just the turn of the tide right now. Look at that. RS Uprising leading by such a solid lead. I mean, to be honest, Ray, it was a close game naman kanina in hardpoint. Kasi nakabawi yung Uprising eh. DLSU were not able to hold they had a strong, long lead. But it closed down super, super fast. Because RS Uprising, they managed to counter-attack. And I think they found the secret to their code, Ray. Kitang-kita nga dito. They're running as fast as they can to the hardpoint to secure it, taking out all their members. And sabay-sabay sila pumapasok sa site, wiping out every single one of DLSU. And mapalagang DLSU, they are the hard point right now, but so very quickly, RS Uprising are already there. But look at this. Tendons check, ladies and gentlemen. DLSU ready na for the next site. Sabi nila, wala na tayong hope for the last site. We will be focusing on the next one. And it's working for them. They're getting their points. Bumabawi sila. But Young Jay with an Annihilator kill. Grabe, grabe naman ang combo na yun. You've got a sniper and you've got something equivalent to Deagle for those one taps. It is absolutely phenomenal. And right now, they're cutting the score by half, Ray Ray. This is fantastic. But they have about 10 seconds left to move to the next site. And right now, RS Uprising are holding their ground here on their base. And they will be looking to clean up a little bit as they are comfortably sitting in the next site.
So we're at 55 to 85. They are down already to the big advantage that they have. And right now, Young Jay goes with the sniper shots, eliminates Mushi, but may natira pang hope sa kanya. But because of that kill, magiging open na nga here in the pawn shop, and they will be going towards them. And now, speaking of, they are already securing this. 37 seconds left. 108 na, remember, ang score ng RS Uprising. But because of that entry coming from the LSU, they are now waiting for them to come in. Static takes out already. Ang mga kailangan na lang gamitan against the entries of RS Uprising. And slowly but surely, bumabalik na sa nga sila. May mga Sparrow kills pa, and we are already seeing those close range attacks coming from them. And kailangan siguro nila matay ito. Like 100, and now, and pwede nilang ma-dominate already ang RS Uprising. Pero kailangan nila kagad ma-secure ang next point, or else it might be too late for them.
Yes, Ray, you're absolutely correct. But they are closing down this lead, and it is looking phenomenally well for them for a bit here. But RS Uprising are always one step ahead, ready for that lock to leave. And oh, you do have Chico there. Unfortunately, Poopy will be getting him. That is a good shot for his side of DLSU. It's working well for him. But the score, ladies and gentlemen, it's still rising for Uprising. No pun intended. But right now, it is 80 to 120. It's going to be a close one, but it's just, ooh, special weapons right now shining in the showcase here. Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh no, this is quite bad for the Viridian Arcus. Dahil 137 ang score, they can't go in. We have those trophies setting up upon them. They want to contest this one, pero with those sidestep shots, it's quite too late already. Nakapag-secure, hindi na lang gumagalaw ang score at all ng RS Uprising, pero kailangan nila unahan sa next point or it might be too late. Pero ngayon, nanalo na nga ang RS Uprising, na secure pa rin nila yon. And they will be the first team proceeding already to the finals. RS Uprising, ito na nga eh. Expect the unexpected. And now, we have them winning with a 3-1 score against Viridian Arcus ng Dalasal. And no words, but all I can say is that they had those few setbacks towards Summit Map. Pero unti-unti silang umangat. They know already. Nagising na sila eh. Kasi kanina, they're almost on to the kills. They just want to go with the frags. Pero nga lang, the fact na nakapag-reset sila towards the next map, naging maganda na yung kanilang naging start for them. We are already seeing the first team going into the grand finals, and let's see if sinong mananalo between those two teams later. Na ikakas ulit namin ni Yusuke. But then going back already to what happened, ang ganda ng advantage ng RS Uprising. Ang first advantage nila kagad sa pinakauna pa lang is to have those wide gap points as much as possible. Even if humabol ng DLSU, first sa point pa lang nang nakapag-igib na napakaraming points ang RS Uprising, yun na din kagad ang ginamit nila. And we've seen that towards domination, towards hard point. Yung una pa lang game, warm up lang pala para sa RS Uprising para ma-dominate na nila ulit with the clean na sunod-sunod na games na maipapanalo nila against DLSU.
No, you're right, Riri. It's a sad day for DLSU fans as the DLSU streak has now been doused away. Grabe. I mean, continuous kasi yung laban nila eh. They got the CODM up against Ateneo, and I think they got it against Ateneo again in Valorant. But today they face another foe and they have bowed down. Really unfortunate for them. Pero you said it already. It's been a great contest so far between these two teams. 3-1. Now we were really hoping for a game 5, but it is what it is. As one of our favorite casters, Berting, likes to say, it is what it is. Pero yun na nga mga kaibigan. And with that said, that is a Series 1 complete for a semifinal. So congratulations again to RS Uprising. GGWP for our Green Archers. You guys will be resting for duty. My name is Yusuke. Sama nga pala si Ray. We'll be going on a short break before going on to Series number 2.
And we're back here for the semifinals ng National Campus Open Call of Duty Mobile at kami ang shoutcasters. I am Ray and syempre kasama ko si Yusuke. Sa mga kaka-tune in lang, summary lang naman ng nangyari kanina is that we have RS Uprising from St. Paul University won actually against DLSU with a 3-1 score. Grabe nga yun. So, sila ang unang team na mag-proceed towards the finals for tomorrow. And ngayon, sino ba ang mga teams na maglalaban naman para sa second semifinals match natin? It's gonna be De La Salle Lipa. Pangalan kanilang team ay Ignis versus Gearhawks Acnologia from the Technological University of the Philippines. And team, almost sa mga names galing sa mga iba nilang teams from ibang games. But now, I'm really excited kung anong mangyayari. And kanina nga, ang unang team from De La Salle already bows down to St. Paul University, Surigao, securing pinakaunang team nga na mag-proceed into finals. And now, will the second team from De La Salle will bow down also? Or sila kaya ang mag-retain ng pangalan going towards finals?
Yeah, it's gonna be sad day, as I said earlier, for LaSalle fans. But it's not yet over. Nandito pa naman ang De La Salle, pa Ignis. And sa mga hindi nakakaalam, Ignis, I believe it means burning fire, burning passion. Tawag ko dyan. Laging, last kasi sinasabi ko palagi, a burning passion ng ating Team Ignis. Pero kitang-kita naman sa laro nila, Riri, no mistake. They went up against the Dominators and they won in great fashion. Actually, most of the games they played against Dominators were a steady lead. Maganda talaga yung gameplay nila. But up against the Gearhawks, it's gonna be a different day. And we'll just have to see if they'll apply the same strategies as they did. Because the Gearhawks last time, no, I didn't catch a lot of their plays. But I know that they have to step up against Ignis kasi 3-0 for Ignis, their showing was marvelous. But right now, re-rating natin ng ating map of vetoes. So again, balik muna tayo dito sa summit. Pampalimig muna tayo mga kaibigan. Siyempre mainit ang panahon. And there we go. We're gonna see firing range. I mean, ang ganda yung firing range yung mga kaibigan kasi sinasabi nila parang movie set daw yan na na setup. But I like to say, pampapractice lang yan, mga kaibigan. It's a little bit of a open mid area, just a little. Kaya medyo tricky din yung sides nun kasi there's a lot of places na pwede mag-sneak ng ating mga players. But for map number 4, it's gonna be Crossfire Classic, and then we're gonna end it with Summit kung pupunta tayo to game number 5. But what can you say, Ray? Mukhang Summit talagang favorite for today,
Kaya nga at the same time, I'm really happy that lahat ng mga maps ngayon, mga classic maps na nakikita natin sa COD, we didn't see much of the crash and a meltdown, especially with the meltdown. But then, I'm happy that we're seeing already a new map into our eyes. It's gonna be in firing range. Pero bagong lahat, syempre, we would also like to thank our sponsors and partners because National Campus Open wouldn't be a thing without them. So let's like to thank, of course, Globe Telecom for being our official telco sponsor and Garena for making this possible. Nakakatuwa talaga that they've been watching over us from our partners, and thank you very much. And sa mga nanonood siya na, how do we actually sign up our school para next time kami naman ang maglalaro at mapapakitaan namin ng mga skills of our shoutcasters and everyone watching this. Huwag kayo mag-alala because AcadArena Alliance program is here for you. For being an Alliance member, gives you access to our exclusive tournaments, mentorship, event support, and of course, the Globe Esports Merit Sponsorship. If you're really curious about more details, join already at acadarena.com/alliance. So we're looking forward na mas dumami pa ang family natin here in AcadArena for more, sabi nga nila, the more the merits, more fun talaga pag mas maraming competitive schools ang sasali sa atin right now. And going back na, we already seeing a hard point in Summit. Nakita na nga din natin na very close ang match kanina between those two teams on towards the first map. So I'm really expecting na ganun din naman ang mga pangyayari ngayon between these two teams.
Yeah, no surprise, Ray. Pinag-usapan nga natin a little bit earlier off-cam while we were waiting on break na Ignis. Ang ganda talaga ng showing nila so far. And we're very excited to see kung kaya nila i-carry over ang performance from the previous weeks. Pero aside naman ng Gearhawks, gonna be might be a little bit tricky for them. As I said earlier, no, they for sure nag-aaral sila kung ano bang tendencies ng Ignis. So it's not gonna be an easy game. Again, semifinals din to. Earlier nga, LaSalle versus RS Uprising. It was a little bit of an upset. No one really expected it, but again, it happens. It's competitive. It's the way the game works. So we'll never know. We might be surprised here. But as I say that, our players are just slowly loading up, and there we go. It's gonna be TUP's Gearhawks on the left-hand side and Ignis on the right-hand side. And naririnig na nga natin ang footsteps ng ating soldiers. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be our second series for semifinals. It's gonna be game number 1. Starting it off at the summit. So right now, hardpoint Riri. Sinabi mo nga earlier na the spawn points, pwede na yan i-memorize ng mga players. And knowing Ignis, they're probably gonna go very aggro here. And TUP, you're just gonna have to counterattack that. But with that said, grabe. An easy 2K already para sa side ng Ignis, Ray Ray.
Flux coming from AG, hindi nila in-expect those good backstabs coming from them. And now he's holding just the angles, pero marami magkakasama. Tatlo sa isa, napakahirap naman i-contest niyan, I'm sure. Pero DLSL, they're starting it real good into their hands. But Baki, anime name to pangmalakasan ata pag Baki ang pangalan mo. And now, they are already securing this with a good gap with a 26-0. Nakapag-secure sila kagad towards the next point. Nakapag-flank na rin towards them. But still, ito yung kailangan maging objectives ng ibang mga teams if you're gonna be battling here in hardpoint. Early secures na mga points are really important, and that will be giving you a big advantage. And kita nyo naman, 46-0, hindi pa gumagalaw ang score ng TUP Gearhawks.
My goodness, Riri. It's a bloodbath right now. It's a showcase. I'm saying the exact same things as I did the first time naglaban ng Ignis. And that target, they literally already have a major percentage. They're only 100 points away. Predicting the points, they're getting the kills. And look at that, Flex. We're gonna see Flex and Baki again. These two, Riri, they're like the front men when it comes to the side of Ignis. For the side of TUP, I mean, we've got a couple of grenades flying left and right, but they're not getting that objective kasi ang solid ng ground for Ignis here. They're getting great angles. They're picking off TUP before they even step into the site. So it's no surprise na ganito ang lead nila.
They have a good rotation coming from them. Although magkakasama sila, they have at least one that goes to the behind the backs of TUP Gearhawks. And up until now, if they have a good defense, and they also know when will they be going towards the next point. Kita mo, may isa lang na nagsesecure, that's gonna be Flex. Tapos yung kanyang mga teammates pupunta na sa next point. Kaya kita mo, they're already protecting it over. Although may kita ni Donvic, pero nga lang di siya makakapitas. And napaka-quick lang ng response ng DLSL. Will this be a 150-0? Oh my, DLSL. I have no words. Napakaganda ng style ng mga miyembro na to. And they have a little bit of players coming from the pro scene. Pero still, it's a big advantage that they have. 112, 113 to a 0.
My goodness, Ray. Hindi ko naman ang pinapanood ka mga besh. Ano ba to beta test? It's 120-0. They are not giving an inch of error right now in this opening map. Pinapakita nila, we are here to stay, ladies and gentlemen. Kitang-kita pa nga the first time they entered the NCO stage, and they are on a rampage. 136, 138, 140 is the scoreline, ladies and gentlemen. And TUP have yet to secure a point. It is an absolute bloodbath right now.
Alam mo yung sa it's already too late for TUP Gearhawks right now. Just, oh no, this is the first time ever since nag-cast ako ng Call of Duty. Ever since nag-cast ako ng Call of Duty Mobile, guys, last 2019 ang pinakauna kong cast. Ngayon lang ako nakakita ng 150-0 score. Promise. And oh my, I have no words for the LSL. They have a good start. And the fact na nakauna na talaga sila with that big advantage towards the first point pa lang, sa first hard point pa lang, that's already in for them. And it's a 150-0. No words can explain. Dahil kitang-kita naman natin on how they're really dominating. The Gearhawks, they're really trying. We've seen naman na they have those good set of catch for those kills. Pero nga lang kasi objective-wise sa hardpoint, nase-secure talaga kagad ng DLSL and they're really on fire. Kakaiba sila ngayon. If they were on fire last quarterfinals, mas on fire sila ngayon and we are witnessing already how crazy these people are. And right now, they won with 150-0. Grabe. DLSL, palong-palo sila ngayon sa pinakaunang match pa lang here in our semifinals.
Grabe, I mean, you just make my eyes so wide, ladies and gentlemen. 150-0. I mean, sinabi ko nga kanina, guys, hindi po ito speed run. This is a competition. Pero, mga ginagawa nyo, grabe. But, that's a very quick game. I think, may note nga kami dito, Riri, sa producer eh. Mukhang birthday ni Kenshi. May birthday buff daw ang ating birthday boy. So, happy birthday nga pala kay Kenshi. And thank you for taking the time to play and represent your school. Kahit
Birthday pala. Pag birthday, alam nyo guys, kapag birthday talaga minsan may mga ibang games, pag birthday ng isang miyembro, nananalo talaga sila usually. And may mga interviews na sinabi, birthday ko siguro ngayon, kaya talagang gift na daw sa kanila. But still, happy birthday nga pala Kenshi. And mukhang baka yun na nga ang key nila para manalo sila ngayon. Birthday daw ni Kenshi. But still, it's 150-0. Kita nyo naman, the experience na meron din ang DLSL, they're really paving and it's really giving them a lot of opportunities to have a big advantage against TUP Gearhawks. Pero still, search and destroy na for the next map. It's gonna be also at firing range. So, most likely it's a 50-50 game. It's everybody's game when it comes to search and destroy. Nakita nyo kanina kung paano nag-bow down ang ang DLSU sa RS Uprising. At totoo nga ang pangalan nila, RS Uprising talaga. Dahil after that search and destroy, they dominated already with a 3-1. So that might happen para sa part ng Gearhawks. Pero ang init talaga. All I can say is napaka-init ng DLSL and they had a good start already into their eyes.
Grabe. Sabi nga ni Beef Mommy sa comments, close game.
Shout out kay Beef Mommy dyan. Okay. Alam ko naman na nami-miss nyo namin ni Yusuke. So, shout out nga pala sa mga co-casters natin. Sala yung makikita nyo for tomorrow. Pero right now, grabe, I have no words for DLSL. Imagine, magto 2 years na ako nagkakas ng CODM. Ngayon lang nakita talaga ng 150. And dito pa sa Campus Open, coming from the schools and the universities, really just tells us na malay niya sila na yung mga next pro players na may kita natin, di ba? Onto the scene talaga ng Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Sinabi ko na nga, I believe the first day I casted here, this is such a great way to expose themselves. Alam ko nga yung ibang players, they are very aspirant pros and some of them may have teams, yung iba they may be trying to get recruited and it's great exposure kasi syempre mahirap naman din na mag-enter ng tournament when you don't have a team, so might as well start it with the grassroots. But right now, Ray for our second game, series number 2 for our semifinals. It's going to be firing range back to this, might I say. It's gonna be Ignis on the left side and TP Gearhawks on the right. And right now, S&D, as you said, more systematic here. But knowing Ignis, they might pakayan ng gagawin nila dito eh. Baka wala na silang strat eh. Pero tingnan natin, si Koihan here will be tossing thermite grenades. Flex, nakuha na nga ng kill and we got another off-cam kill. Si Drazi gets the kill. Flex, 2k para sa kanya mga kaibigan. It's gonna be a 1 versus 4 and left all by himself. Right now, DLS, sorry. Hindi pa nga get over eh. DLSL, Ignis. Nasecure ng isang point dito for our SND, ladies and gentlemen.
Flex naka 3k and si Kenshi din, no? It's a good start for them. It's already a 1-0 and di nakapag-plant ang Gearhawks but still they can secure naman yun. Pero nakaabang na kaagad sa kanila and goes with a 3K already. Dalawa na lang kaagad ang natitira. They're expecting where TUP Gearhawks will be coming from at si Dave na lang ang natitira with that snipe. Let's see if he'll be able to take them out. Quick scopings lang coming from him pero tatlo all from nag-fighting squad na ang mga member ng DLSL. Now it's gonna be a 2-0. Don't tell me that this gonna be a 6-0 ha. Please, don't tell me. Dahil DLSL, they already have a good start. Tapos hindi pa nakakapag-plant ang TUP Gearhawk so far towards the 2 rounds that DLSL has been winning.
Ang tawag natin dito, Ray awit lods. Pero nagpapalaban pa naman ng ating TUP Gearhawks. Let's see, Koyhan here, tamang pa ng Granada will change his mind and Dave will be holding an off angle here right outside of the plant site. Pero, grabe. See your face, AG, you are down. And Paddy also down. Tatlo na nga natitira para sa side ng Ignis. How the turntables, ladies and gentlemen. Grabe si Baki. Napakatibay uppercut job, mga kaibigan. Will not be enough. It's gonna be 5. Full squad of TUP up against 2 on the LSL. And as I say that, Flex nakakuha ng 2K. But bows down. That was impact kill from him though. It's gonna be slightly easier for Kenshi here. So, I take it back. I was gonna say it's gonna be hard because he has sniper, but oh no! That was a bad position. Marvs, why do you expose your head like that? And there's definitely enough time for the clutch here. We'll be going for the quick scope. Maybe a little bit of wall bang.
Oh no.
It's gonna be Maichi. Rinig niya ata si Kenshi. Quick scope. Uy, nakulang. We'll be getting that kill. And onting emote pa nakita ko. Mukhang nag-breakdance pa si ano dun ah. Grabe.
Hindi namin nakita. Hindi namin nakita na... Wala kami nakita. Hindi na namin sasabihin. It's already 2-1. Sino ba makakatalo sa close range attack na meron sa KRM na hawak-hawak ng TUP Gearhawks? But at least, nabati ko ata. Don't tell me nga na it's gonna be a 6-0 because that will be possible already. 2-1 na. And finally, Gearhawks is quick to adjust naman on what's in front of them. Pero Flex will now be using the KRM and let's see if he'll be able to take out with those close shots. Pero naunahan siya ni Koyan towards that duel. Pero good trades happening lang. But then it's a 3v4 pa rin na sitwasyon. Di pa rin nila napaplant at all ang bomba na hawak nila.
Maybe a 3-4. Medyo nabugbog onte dito si Koyhan. Tamang mambaot lang. And Drazi. Oy! Sinong bahala sa camera dyan? Ba't kinaganyan niyo si Drazi? Grabe. Switch cam patay na. Pero okay lang. Bigyan natin ng prod. And it's gonna be a 1 versus 4. Pawapalag ang Ignis. Galit sila. That fire is burning. Marvs na lang natitira for this matchup. And AG getting a revenge kill. And 1 point more sa side ng Ignis. It's gonna be 3-1 halfway there sa kanila. They're gonna switch sides soon. So let's see, the Gearhawks definitely have to win this point. Nila bigyan ng 4 para sa side ng English. Kasi medyo mahirap din eh. Kasi Ray somehow moral din yun eh. Pag nakikita mo yung score, nababad trip ka na dun. So just keep your composure. But the side ng Gearhawks, they have to get this W if they want to have a good position here, no? It's gonna be a 4 versus 4. Tamang refrag lang, sabi ni Flex. And TUP will be inching over the B side. Pero may nakabantay dito. I believe that is Kenshi. But dito naman tayo kay Drazi. Na kuha ng kill onto Flex. And Dave will be waiting for anyone else papasok dito sa warehouse. It's gonna be a 2 versus 2. So quickly, Mars. Nakuha pa nga siya ng kill. Quick scope from a Baki, ladies and gentlemen. And there we go. One more para sa side ng Ignis. They're sitting in a good spot here. They have room for error. Pero TUP... This is gonna be really hard, Ray, kasi Ignis is on the defense, but knowing them, they're gonna go offense anyway.
Oo nga eh, they're just going to, wala nang defense. Kami rin yung both sides, sabi ng DLSL. So, TUP, what will their answer be? But at least, that's a good advantage already. It's gonna be a 4v5 na ball. Nating nakakatasan si AG, but he has that good info kasi kung saan niya masasabi kung saan manggagaling ang mga member ng DLSL. But now, nabawasan na ulit ang TUP Gearhawks. And so far, what
Uy, Flex!
Flex! Flex!
Nag
Muna, Flex! Oh no!
nagpapanggap samurai!
Oh,
Grabe!
nakahawak dito, hawak-hawak na
Uy,
katana.
ang ginagawa! Grabe to
You
si
don't get
Flex.
more. Why?
That is respect, mga kaibigan!
That
Ginawang
is
karate
it!
chop! Ginawa kang sushi sashimi! Grabe!
Ginawang Demon Slayer! Ginawa nga siya! Naka, naka-breathing form na kagad. Isa na lang natitira dahil sa breathing form. Binigyan na lang space para makahinga ang TUP Gearhawks. It's a 3v1 situation. Kenshi, will this be a good clutch? He did this almost also earlier with those refrags. Pero let's see if mangyayari ba ulit yan sa part ng DLSL? But now, naka-sniper lang siya. He's good, really good with those quick scopes. So he can make that, but still, di pa na napaplant at walang bomba and nakahintay lang. They're just waiting for him to come in. Let's see. He will be switching towards warehouse most likely dahil na-expect niya na hinihintay nga siya ng mga miyembro ng TUP Gearhawks. But now, 23 seconds left on towards the clock and they're still waiting for him to come. Wala na siya dyan at all. Wala siya dyan, guys. Kami na nagsasabi ni Yusuke, wala na siya. Wala siya dyan. It's just clearing
Yan
out.
na, alam na nila.
And now they know that he will be planning towards B and he will just be waiting with those good holds. Let's see if this will be a good clutch dahil he'll just gonna turn around and expect them from all angles. Ito din yung maganda sa fighting range. Lahat ng angulo meron. But now he will be expecting coming from his left side. And now he takes out Dave. Mag-audition nga sa kanya!
Uy! Uy!
Situation!
Uy!
Good clutch! Yun na nga ang sinasabi natin at 3v1 with those holds coming from him. Oh, Kenshi! Does the Kenshi name in his hands? A 5-1. Already a match point para sa DLSL Ignis.
Grabe, 3K. Ang bilis, like, sobrang mad props sa mga players, Ray. Kasi, mobile to eh. Mahirap din mag-multitask eh. Pero tingnan mo si Flex ng papanggap samurai na naman 2K para sa kanya. Grabe naman. Tumatakbo lang siya sa site. Ayun oh. Isa pa. Isa pa daw. Wala. Tapos na.
KRM na now. It's a 2v3. What are you doing, Flex? Why? That's quite funny, pero in fairness, it's working. It's workable to the hands of DLSL. Still a 2v3, and now Drazi will be going towards David at the sniper right into his hands. But makakabawas ba siya? He spots them, pero hindi pa rin. Nakalipat kagad. Oh no!
Kailangan. Pero Drazi will be looking for a quick shot here. Maichi will be right across him. It's a 2v2. It's a battle of the snipers here. Kenshi will be going for the quick scope. Gets one. Drazi is down and Maichi will follow. Grabe, mga kaibigan. Another point para sa side ng Ignis. They're up now by 2-0.
And it's already a match point into their hands. Those quick scopes. And yun yung meron talaga when it comes sa firing range. You're already seeing those close, quick scopes. And of course, yung mga angles na hinuhold ng DLSL. Pero let's really, going back to what happened there, ang nagpanalo talaga doon is that match point na nangyari na sa kamay ni Kenshi. Imagine na 3v1, magkakasama, yes, ang mga miyembro ng Gearhawks, they are already having those number advantage. Pero nga lang, they need to go with that split para lang ma-identify nila if saan manggagaling. I don't know what was their call into having a na magkakasama sila. Pero the fact na sniper kasi si Kenshi and he's really good with those quick scopes and of course close range pagdating sa kanyang sniper, that's already an advantage. He set it into these hands talaga. And nagpaisa-isa sila. Nag-audition na naman sila sa harapan ni Kenshi and he was able to take them out. Now, grabe, De La Salle pa really puts their name as one of the formidable teams talaga here in Call of Duty Mobile sa NCO. And now, they are down to a 2-0. Isa na lang, and they might have again ang clean na 3-0 win.
I mean, it's been a showcase. Sabi nga ni Flex sa comments, kapatid daw niya si Batusay. Kasi kung saan-saan na niyang binigyan ng espada. Pero, yeah, as I said earlier, Gearhawks, they should have done a lot of their homework here. Kasi the side ng Ignis they're really in it for the frags and obviously skill-wise, it's working well for them. I think as you said Nariri, Gearhawk, sabay-sabay kasi sila the way they move together. I think it may be one of their weaknesses. Kasi Ignis, they're very confident playing individual. Nakikita mo na nga yung angles nila. Nag-iisa lang sila. Si Kenshi, usually all by himself in a B site or sometimes nasa tapat lang siya ng warehouse and the rest of his teammates are just spread across the map. Si Gearhawks, they go for more like a 3-2 parang sort of buddy-buddy system. At somehow hindi yung gumagana kasi obviously you're up against a team na individually malakas sila
Yeah.
and okay naman sa kanila because kita nga natin kay Kenshi 1 versus 3 and hindi naman sila pumasok in the same direction but he still managed to get those frags. I think medyo na pressure sila with the time. They should have taken their sweet time. Hindi naman kailangan ni rush. You still have a couple of seconds left in the clock and for the side of Ignis, they're just ready to absorb this level of competition. For the side of Gearhawks, what I can tell them to do is instead of just working together, somehow they just have to work on their comms. Kasi feeling ko that's where they're lacking I mean, they can get those good kills, off-angle kills na nakikita natin. But Ignis, again, as I said, you're up against a team that are confident kahit nag-iisa lang sila. And we are now back to firing range. But this time, our game mode will be domination. So, Gearhawks, if they stick together, they're toast. That's it. Wala silang magawa. For the side of Ignis, they're just very confident individually. And look at that, already off the bat, 3 kills from them. You can see the position of DLSL here, just putting on a showcase. And the side of TUP, hindi nila makontain to Ray because they're just a little bit lost here.
And looking at that right now, napaka-on fire ni Kenshi. And we are already seeing already ang very good start for DLSL. Imagine, early pa lang, we're down into the few minutes of the game. They already taking over ang tatlong flags. And now Flex, using his KRM, goes with the close range attacks. But at least TUP Gearhawks nakakuha na sila ngayon ng isa. Pero nga lang, we already have Flex sneaking his way in, takes them out one by one. Isa-isa na nga sa kanila go addition. And now they are going in again for a 3 dominating points for them. Pero, will they overtake this? Yes, most likely, gumagalaw na nga ang kanilang score. Pero nakakapatay naman kahit papano ang TUP Gearhawks. Pero kailangan nilang masecure kagad ang close score before it's too late. And now, they have a good early round score na naman para sa DLSL. They've been doing that since earlier and kita mo naman, tatlo na ang hawak-hawak nila and they're unstoppable now.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, Ray, kitang-kita nga sa playstyle ni Flex. Very confident, moving around the map with that shotgun at hand. AG na ako nag 3 kills with a Sparrow. But then Baki and Flex here will be going for a couple of refrags. Sa side ng TUP, again, they're just spread out across the map. And when they work together, it's just lacking a lot. Kasi Ignis, again, confident individually. But TUP, they haven't found their groove at all since the first game. But if we look here now, 3 sites, that's completely insane. Kanina with DLSU and RS Uprising, it was just a back and forth. But so quickly, we are already entering the half. It is a 14-75. It's incredibly difficult for Gearhawks to try and bounce back from this. Kasi obviously, skills-wise, it's just not there, really.
And 75-14, individually, sabi mo nga, ang ganda na ng performance ng DLSL. How much more pa kaya if they're a team and we can see how dominative they are. But those are kind of good shots coming from TUP. Pero talagang DLSL has that big advantage. But sunod-sunod, but just some trades happening. Talagang ang ganda ng DLSL with how they will be managing. Actually, di na sila, they're just going for the aim duels na lang eh. They don't worry about much about sa baka makakomeback pa ang TUP Gearhawks because they know that they have that big advantage already into contesting those points. And si Flex talaga, kita mo naman na palong-palo na towards their side and together with AG, bumabawi na nga sila. They're just taking their time dahil nga it's a big advantage to them. Kita mo naman, they're just going towards lahat ng angulo. Talagang hindi na sila nag-worry pa kung anong magiging problema nila.
Yan, kitang-kita nga sa ating kill ratio, the side of Ignis, they're racking up a lot of kills, and TUP, hindi nila hindi nila kaya so far. Donvich here has 8 kills, but the rest of his teammates, it's just not enough of a split. Sa side ng Ignis, it's just a fair distribution of double-digit numbers. And Flex, you can see na ano ba ang na-establish na roles for Ignis. Flex, you're running around with the frags right along with Kenji. AG, capitalizing on that Sparrow, and Baki and Paddy, more of the backliners here. Para sa side ng Gearhawks, we are seeing initiative kay Donvich, but Koyhan and Maichi trying to do their best, pero kulang talaga eh. Drazi has not been stuffing up as well here, and Marvs has just been holding back, unfortunately. So it's just a very big mismatch between these two teams. And right now, Gearhawks, they have to get those points because as hard as it is, it's the only way to come back here, but it's a far stretch, Ray Ray. It's only 10 points away for Ignis, and they will win game at number 3.
10 points away. And TUP slowly going back to their feet. Pero nga lang, just by one flag na meron DLSL, it's most likely going into their hands as the score still going in towards them. Naglabas na nga ng XS1 Goliath ngayon. Pero they're down to 5 points already. They're not really worried about what's gonna happen to them because they know that they will be winning this with a clean 3-0 once again. Nakapag-frags pa si Flex with that KRM. Good thing coming from them. And now we know that this goes to DLSL Ignis.
Grabe, Ray Ray. It's been such a showcase for them, but GGWP sa TUP Gearhawks. I mean, they have a what I can say is they have a great community and foundation over at the Gearhawk side. They have a fantastic fan base. Everyone's always out for support, whether win or lose. So respect sa side ng Gearhawks. It's been a great battle here. Just unfortunate for them, they're playing against a team like Ignis. And
Yeah.
again, I guess hindi tayo masyado surprised because after Ignis' performance for the previous weeks, kitang-kita that they are a contender here. And congratulations sa kanila, Kenshi. You got a good birthday gift today. Your team is moving forward sa finals. And look at that, for our playoffs, it is going to be Ignis against RS Uprising, mga kaibigan. So, Rere, it's, I think it's, are you overwhelmed? Grabe, hindi mo ata
Yeah.
na-expect to eh.
Actually, talking about earlier nga, we're looking at the players' names. Sabi ko nga, nako, it's a scary team talaga, indeed. And kita mo naman how they played it so well at 3-0. Shows to us that this team is really experienced, diba? Individually, ang kanilang mga players, they're really experienced. And they have nothing much to worry about regarding on the strats that they will be going. Kasi nga, tutok pa lang and how they use or use their weapons, it's already down to their hands against Gearhawks. And yun nga, sabi ko, by experience itself and their players' individual skills, yun talaga ang nag-pave in para sa Ignis with that clean 3-0. And kita mo naman sa RS Uprising, although Viridis Arcus had that 3-1, still, RS Uprising won. But now, we are looking towards the bracket and now, grand finals ang maglalaban is De La Salle, Lipa, Ignis versus RS Uprising from St. Paul University, Surigao. But now, nakita natin how RS Uprising they performed and they are an objective wise team. So it's all about the individual skills coming from Ignis versus RS Uprising, an objective team towards the final. So yan ang magandang storyline between these two teams sa maglalaban-laban para bukas. Pero nga lang, towards this game, grabe talaga. Ignis, I have no words. Talagang it's for them. Happy birthday nga talaga kay Kenshi. Napakagandang birthday gift. And palong-palo talaga sila ngayon. They're unstoppable. Kanina nagpapaka-samurai na nga si Kenshi. Talagang bagay na bagay sa kanyang name.
Tama-tama ka dyan, Ray Ray. It's been a great competition for today, no? We've got some upsets and we've had some happy moments for today. So again, before we end the stream, no, just thank you sa ating mga viewers. Your support means a lot to us. this event would not be possible without your support, of course, to everyone here, not only the
Mhm.
players, also AcadArena itself. So that will be it for the National Campus Open semifinals. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we will be having the battle for third place, and we will be having the grand finals with Ignis versus RS Uprising. Ako nga pala si Yusuke, kasama ko si Rere, and have a great evening. Thank you once again.